Are you ready, Bears fans? Because what I'm about to tell you will ignite your preseason excitement like never before. The Chicago Bears are buzzing with potential, and with rookies ready to make their mark, you won't want to miss a single snap. Let's get right into the latest updates that every true fan needs to hear. But hey, before we dive in, if you're a real fan of the Bears and hungry for exclusive updates, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss breaking Bears content. Alright, let's jump into the action. Which rookie should you be watching closely this preseason? There are a lot of new faces in Hollis Hall, but one name that's already generating buzz is Kyle Monangai. He's the kind of back who doesn't just run, he attacks defenders. With DeAndre Swift locked in as RB1, Monangai is making a strong push to secure the RB2 spot, and the preseason could be his proving ground. Another player fans are excited about, Luther Burden III. With his explosive playmaking ability, he's expected to see solid reps early. And don't sleep on Karana Megaji, likely to get serious time at left tackle, a critical position for protecting Caleb Williams. These aren't just guys filling roster spots, they're fighting to shape the Bears' identity. So tell us, which rookie are you most excited to see in action this preseason? Drop your answer in the comments below. The Caleb Williams worry debate. Should Bears fans be concerned? Let's talk about what ESPN stirred up recently, asking if it's time to worry about Caleb Williams. Now look, preseason media can be a hot mess. Headlines are designed to trigger emotion, not always reflect reality. But here's the truth, it's way too early to panic. Williams is learning a new system, building chemistry, and adjusting to NFL speed. That's what camp is for. There's no reason to overreact before a single real snap has been played. September 8th is when the games count. Until then, let the guy develop. Ranking the Bears' receiving threats, from top to depth. Bears fans are spoiled for choice when it comes to pass catchers. Here's how I'd rank them heading into the season. DJ Moore, clear WR1. He's the engine of this receiving core and will be Caleb's go-to guy. Rome Odens, the rookie, has superstar potential and will demand targets early. Luther Burden III, electric after the catch, could be the dark horse breakout of the year. Cole Kmet, reliable, consistent, and a safety valve over the middle. Colston Loveland may not start hot, but expect him to carve a role as the season progresses. Olamide Zacco's, a solid depth piece who adds special teams value too. This receiving unit? Deep, dangerous, dynamic. Caleb Williams has weapons. Now it's time to see how he uses them. Final thoughts. This Bears squad isn't just rebuilding, they're reloading. The rookies are fired up, veterans are locked in, and the hype is justified. Training camp is giving us a taste, but the real story starts this preseason. Don't miss a beat. Hit that subscribe button if you want the inside scoop before anyone else. Like the video and turn on notifications because Bears Nation, we're just getting started. Let's talk targets. Because when the ball is in Caleb Williams' hands, someone's going to shine, but not everyone gets the spotlight. Here's how I see it shaking out. DJ Moore, and no surprises. He's the alpha, the leader, the playmaker. Caleb's most trusted option from day one. Rome Odens, the rookie may be new to the NFL, but he doesn't play like it. Expect explosive plays and a serious push for WR2. Colston Loveland, a tight end who can stretch the field. He may be a rookie, but his size and catch radius make him a natural red zone threat. Olamide Zacco's, he's not flashy, but his speed and agility could make him a valuable slot option in specific sets. Cole Kmet, the chemistry with Williams still needs time, and with so many mouths to feed, he might see fewer targets than expected. Luther Burden III, make no mistake, he'll flash, he'll have highlight plays. But with so much talent ahead of him, his touches might be limited, at least early on. This unit is deep, and that's a great problem to have. Is Week 1 against the Vikings a must-win? Let's be honest. Let's not sugarcoat it, that Monday night opener versus Minnesota carries weight. Sure, it's just week 1 on the schedule, but when you're starting a rookie quarterback, opening at home, and facing a division rival without one of their top weapons due to suspension, that's a golden opportunity. This game matters, not just for the standings, but for momentum, for belief, for setting the tone. Later in the season, winning in Minnesota will be a much steeper climb. The crowd, the cold, a more seasoned Vikings squad, it all adds up. So is it technically a must-win? No. But is it the kind of game a playoff hopeful team absolutely needs to take? Yes, 100%. This is where the Bears start proving they belong in the conversation, not next year, but now. The stakes are clear. Week 1 isn't just a game, it's a statement. The Bears open the season at home in front of a roaring crowd against a division rival, and the pressure is already cranked up. Why? Because if Chicago doesn't come away with a win in that one, Week 2 sends them straight into enemy territory against Detroit. Lose in Week 1, and suddenly you're staring down a possible 0-2 start. And for a team trying to establish its identity, that's not the tone you want to set. Let's be real, the Minnesota matchup is a gift. You're facing a first-time starter at QB, and one of their key weapons is unavailable. This isn't just any opener. It's a critical opportunity to gain momentum, build confidence around Caleb Williams, and announce that this Bears team is different. Let's talk trades. Could Braxton Jones be on the move? Rumors are swirling around the NFL, and one question that's been making rounds is this. Would the Bears trade Braxton Jones to a tackle-needy team like the Chargers? Here's what we know. The Bears' offensive line room is deeper than in recent years. You've got Braxton Jones, a promising young lineman with starting experience. Kirana Megaji and Azenith Azi Trapilo, 2 rookies showing real potential. Darnell Wright, locked in on the right side. Even Theo Benedette, a name that's quietly rising in camp. With Rashawn Slater potentially out for the season in Los Angeles, it wouldn't be surprising if the phone rings at Hollis Hall. But trading Jones? That would only happen if the Bears are confident someone else is ready to step in right now, and if the return package justifies the risk. Would a trade like that make sense? Only if it helps the Bears win today without sacrificing stability up front, especially with a rookie QB to protect. Bottom line? Week 1 is more than just the start of a season, it's the foundation of a new era. The Bears can't afford to miss this chance to take control early. And behind the scenes, don't be surprised if Chicago becomes a player in the trade market, especially as roster decisions loom large. This team is loaded with potential, but now it's time to turn that into production. Could the Bears flip a tackle before the season starts? Let's break it down. The Bears' offensive line room is starting to get crowded. And that's a great problem, as long as it leads to the right choices. Let's start with Theo Benedette. If he continues to impress in camp, he could easily carve out a spot as the team's 4th tackle. That raises a big question. Would the Bears consider trading either Braxton Jones or Kirana Megaji? Jones is heading into a contract year and has shown both promise and vulnerability. He's a capable starter when healthy, but if a Megaji or Trapilo outperforms him, Chicago might be tempted to listen to trade offers, especially if they're coming with mid-round draft value. Now, Azenith Azi Trapilo, forget it. He's not going anywhere. The Bears just invested in him, and whether he starts immediately or not, he's clearly part of their long-term plan. Bottom line, if Braxton doesn't win the starting job and the coaching staff feels confident in their young depth, a surprise move could absolutely happen. Score predictions? It's preseason, but it matters. It may be just preseason, but for players on the bubble and rookies looking to prove themselves, every down counts. So let's talk Bears versus Dolphins. Chicago walks in as a slight favorite, and while the scoreboard won't count toward the standings, the stakes are still high. This is where rotations get tested, timing gets polished, and coaches make tough calls on final roster spots. Expect to see Caleb Williams operate with a short leash, possibly just a few drives, but those few drives could set the tone for everything that follows. So what's your score prediction? Bears fans always come in hot. Let's see if the defense can lock things down and if the offense flashes that new age firepower we've all been waiting for. Hot take of the day. Can Loveland hit 10 TDs? Here's one for you. Colston Loveland with 10 touchdowns as a rookie. Too bold or spot on? The yardage might not pile up, not with Moore, Oduns, Burden, and Swift demanding targets. But the red zone, that's Loveland's world. He's 6'6", a physical mismatch, and he's already showing an uncanny ability to win contested catches. If the Bears use him strategically near the goal line, 10 touchdowns isn't fantasy, it's entirely possible. 1,100 receiving yards, that's a reach in this offense. But double-digit scores? With Caleb Williams dialing it up? Don't rule it out. Final word. The Bears are entering the season with depth, upside, and real competition at nearly every position. The O-line battles are heating up. Preseason matchups are revealing who's ready to rise. And young stars like Loveland, they're not waiting around, they're coming for the end zone. With so many weapons, who gets left out? Let's be real, the Bears' offense is loaded, but with that many playmakers, there's one unavoidable reality. Not everyone's going to eat every week. If Caleb Williams throws it 30 to 32 times per game, and you factor in the ground game with Swift and Monangai, there just aren't enough touches to keep every receiver fed consistently. So who might get squeezed out? Right off the bat, Luther Burden III might see fewer targets than fans expect early on. He's explosive, no question, but in an offense still developing rhythm and trust, rookies often have to wait their turn. Colkmatch, while reliable, may see his target share drop to 3 or 4 per game, with Colston Loveland emerging as a mismatch nightmare in the red zone. Expect Caleb to find the hot hand week to week. Some Sundays, it'll be DJ Moore. Others, it could be Rome Oduns going off. And don't sleep on Olamide Zakos, who could randomly pop for 6 or 7 catches when defenses focus too much on the stars. But that's the beauty of this offense. No one can be double-teamed all game. Defenses will be forced to pick their poison, and whoever's left one-on-one, that's who Caleb will attack. The bigger picture. This is a good problem. In the past, Bears fans begged for just one dynamic option in the passing game. Now, the team has a full arsenal. Sure, some guys might not hit big numbers every week, but this isn't about fantasy stats. It's about building an offense that wins football games. One that adapts, exploits mismatches, and stays unpredictable. And make no mistake, this is the most dangerous offense the Bears have had in years. The depth is real. The weapons are versatile. And with Caleb at the helm, this team finally has the firepower to strike from anywhere on the field.